You've probably heard of the FTSE 100, but you might not know exactly what it is or how you can invest in it. If you want to grow your wealth, then investing in the FTSE 100 is likely to make you a lot of money. I actually invest a lot of my own money in this very index.
In this video, we're going to explain what the FTSE 100 is and how you can invest in it so that you can become financially free. Let's check it out.
Welcome to Money Unshackled, the investment channel that sets you and your finances free. I'm Andy and this is Ben. And if you like what we say, smash that like button and click subscribe. Let's get into it.
So, what is it? The FTSE 100 is an index of the 100 largest companies listed by market capitalisation on the London Stock Exchange. These large companies are often referred to as blue chip companies, and the index is seen as a main indicator of how well the major companies in the UK are doing financially.
There was a bit of jargon there, so before we go any further, let's break that down. What is a stock market index? A stock market index is a measurement of a section of the stock market, the price of which is calculated from the value of its constituents.
So, what's market capitalisation? This is the market value of a publicly traded company's outstanding shares. It is calculated as the share price times by the remaining number of outstanding shares.
Why are they called blue chip companies? The term blue chip comes from poker and represents the chip with the highest value.
Now let's get back to what you came for. What does FTSE 100 mean? The FTSE 100 takes its name from when it was originally owned 50-50 by the Financial Times and the London Stock Exchange, FT from Financial Times and SE from Stock Exchange. I'm sure you've already worked out where the 100 comes from.
Other useful info. The FTSE 100 was launched on the 3rd of January 1984 and had a starting value of 1,000. At the time of making this video, the FTSE 100's value was around 7,000, so if you had invested back in when it started, you might be thinking that you would have made a 7-fold return, but you'd be wrong.
The FTSE 100's reported value does not include dividends, so you have this to look forward to on top of the market valuation.
Also, it's worth pointing out that because the FTSE 100 is weighted by market capitalisation, each company is not weighted equally. Some stocks are disproportionately represented, such as Royal Dutch Shell, which makes up around 11% of the FTSE 100. In fact, the top 10 stocks make up around 46% of the index.
And now for the most important part of the video, how to invest. You could buy the individual company stocks, but as there are 100, this wouldn't be practical or advisable due to the high costs involved. If you bought just a sample, then there is a danger that you would underperform the index.
The best approach, and what we prefer to do, is to buy a fund that tracks the FTSE 100. There are lots to choose from, including traditional funds and our favourites, exchange traded funds. If you are a beginner, you might be overwhelmed by the number of choices.
We look for those with the lowest fees, and to help you out with this, our 3 favourites are iShares Core FTSE 100 ETF, which charges 0.07%. HSBC FTSE 100 ETF, which charges 0.07% as well, and the Vanguard FTSE 100 ETF, which charges 0.09%.
I personally invest in the iShares FTSE 100 ETF because historically it has the lowest fees and has an excellent long track record.
Whereas I invest in the Vanguard ETF because I'm set up on the Vanguard investor platform, so it has the lowest fees overall. You can invest in these funds via any good investment platform, and we can show you how to choose one in our Choosing an Investment Platform video. We'll put a link to this in the description below.
Question of the day, will you be adding any of these FTSE 100 funds into your portfolio? Thanks for watching! On this channel we talk a lot about personal finance, investing and all things money. And if you want to see more great content, please click the subscribe button below.
This is Money Unshackled. See you next time.